up, the internet? It's Greta, and today I am doing another Q&A because I asked you guys on my community tab if you want to see that, and there was an overwhelmingly positive response. I'm pretty sure it was like 100% yes, with like, last time I checked, like 81 votes, which is kind of insane. I don't think my life is that interesting, but yeah, we're going to go through all of these questions. And there's a couple repeats, so we're gonna try and not have those. Let us get started. Ryan Ross or Brendan Urie? I'm gonna choose Brendan Urie every single time, just because I prefer him, personally. Thoughts on Melanie's new album, K12, and my favorite song from K12. I like it so far. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but so far I like it. I haven't watched the movie, but so far I really like Show and Tell. I think that's right now my favorite off of the album. When/why did you choose to start a YouTube channel? If you could change something about your channel, what would it be? I started it just because I had a couple friends tell me that I should put my singing on the internet. If I could change something about my channel, I don't think I would really change anything. Except maybe the Real vs. Fake Panic Fans video. I'd make it less cringy. I probably wouldn't take down the video because that's where a lot of my following is from, but I would definitely make it less cringy and less like gatekeepy, because I don't want to come across as like a gatekeeper, but like I know a lot of people took it that way. I was just trying to point out like High Hopes fans versus actual Panic fans, but I made the video before High Hopes blew up. So, like, I didn't really know how to show that, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, I've rambled about this for too long. So, yeah, so that probably just changed some aspects of the video. Would you ever do another video involving some subs? Definitely. I loved doing that video. I'm just trying to figure out what else I could do with my subs. So, if you guys have any ideas of videos that you would want to be a part of, comment down below. If you get famous, could you please remember us? Of course. I'm not gonna get famous, but of course. Will you please do a small meet and greet one day? I feel like this comes up later again. I get this question a lot, if I'll do a meet and greet one day. And I would love to do a meet and greet. The problem is, I feel like I'm just too small to do a meet and greet. And it's not like I live in the middle of nowhere. I do live on the coast, so like a lot of people do live here. But I feel like not enough people would live like in my area to want to come meet me. I also don't know where I would do a meet and greet, how I would orchestrate any of this. What are you planning to pursue art? Like I'm not planning to pursue any of my like actual like physical art, but I do want to do music production, which obviously is a form of art, so I would like to pursue that. Can you do a video reacting to some of our art? I definitely would love to do that. You should email me art. I'll put my email on the screen, like my YouTube email. You guys should send me your art and I'll react to art. How many colors have you dyed your hair? What were they and when did you first dye your hair? I have dyed my hair so many colors that I don't even know how many colors it's been at this point. The first color I dyed my hair was purple, and that was the summer before 8th grade. I had just turned 13, and my mom let me do like a purple like ombre, so it was my natural color, but it faded into purple on the bottom. It wasn't a dip dye, it was definitely like half of my hair, and it was really, really pretty. And then ever since then, every summer I dye my hair, because I go to private school, and so I'm not allowed to have my hair crazy colors. So this right now, actually, except for like right here in my roots, this is dyed back to my natural color from my pink. But I only have 2 years until I go to college, and then I'm gonna be able to have whatever hair color I want, and I'm very excited. How do you feel about people bringing up stuff Brendan Urie did like 5 years ago to hate on him? I think it's stupid. It's irrelevant, like literally irrelevant. It was 5 years ago and people change, so. Do you stan Cam Macedo? Lol. Of course. You can't be on this channel and not stan Cam Macedo. What's your favorite song at the moment, and what's your favorite video you've done? My favorite song at the moment, my favorite K-pop songs right now are Living It Up by Monsta X. Yeah, let's living it up. Before the Song Ends by JJ Project.
Girl, you better dance with me.
And Hit by 17.
Let me drop down
and then my favorite emo song right now is probably Humans by The Fame.
That's what makes us human. Every time we lose it, you find heartaches every day us.
The first single for their new album. I'm very excited for that. And then my favorite video I've ever done? I don't know. I don't really rewatch my videos, and I don't really remember all the videos I've done. But I'd have to say my Casual Affair cover sounds pretty decent. Like, I hate how my voice sounds in most of my videos, but I like how my voice sounded in that, so I'll go with that one. That's probably my favorite video I've ever done. What's the first time you ever heard of Panic at the Disco? So I've been familiar with like what Panic is since I was about 10 years old, which was around Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die era. But I didn't actually listen to any of their songs until I was like 11 or 12. I think 12. I think I just turned 12. And I heard Vegas Lights, and then I heard Nicotine. And I was like really obsessed with those two songs. But I didn't really listen to anything else until Victorious came out. And then I got hooked on Victorious, and then that kind of led me down a path like, oh, these 3 songs are really great. Let me listen to some other songs. So I listened to like the top 10 on Spotify that were at the time, and then I got really hyped for Death of a Bachelor to come out at the beginning of 2016. And then I became like a really, really hardcore fan, and I have been since. What's a place you want to visit? I want to go to South Korea. And which celebrity would you like to meet the most? Peng Chen and Choi Seung-chul from Stray Kids and 17 respectively. Favorite K-pop song group at the moment? I already said the songs, but my favorite group is 17. That's my ultimate group, along with Stray Kids. Those are like, I can't really choose between them. It flips back and forth. I'd say overall, I like 17's music more, but I like Stray Kids, like, members and personalities more. But, like, those two are, like, my top groups, like, forever. I love them so, so, so much. What got you into emo music? I've been into alternative music my entire life because my parents. And then I got into Fall Out Boy when I was about 10 years old, when Save Rock and Roll came out. And I heard Light 'Em Up on the radio, and then I got, like, really obsessed with the album. And then I got really obsessed with American Beauty, American Psycho. And so they're, like, the main emo band that got me into the rest of everything. Do you watch Dan and Phil / are you a fanny? I love Dan and Phil so much. They're 2 of my favorite YouTubers. I saw them on the Interactive Introverts tour. I have The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire, and I also have the Pastel plushies. And they're back on my bookshelf, way back there. Are there any Panic songs you skip? This is an interesting question, actually. I've never been asked that. I skip Old Fashioned, because that's my least favorite Panic song. I really dislike that song. And I also tend to skip The End of All Things, just because it makes me cry, and I usually don't want to cry. But yeah, I just really don't like Old Fashioned. I know that's a lot of people's, like, favorite off of Pray for the Wicked. It's my sister's favorite song off of Pray for the Wicked, but I really don't like that song. But again, personal opinion, please don't come at me. And what's your favorite book / movie? My favorite book is, well, it's a series. It's Percy Jackson. I'm obsessed with Percy Jackson and all things Percy Jackson, and I'm rereading it again because I can. I've been reading them since I was in, like, 2nd or 3rd grade, and I'm obsessed with them. And then my favorite movie is The Corpse Bride. Have you ever listened to the Raconteurs? No. No, I have not. Oh, how old are you? 16. Would you ever do a meet and greet? Already explained that. And do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert? I am an introvert. I did one of the, 16 personality tests, and on that it tells you how much of an introvert versus extrovert you are, and I'm 94% introvert and 6% extrovert. If you had to choose K-pop or emo, what would you pick? At the moment, I would choose K-pop over emo any day, just because I was never obsessed with emo music like I'm obsessed with K-pop. I think it's just kind of it's a different fan culture. It's just, there's different levels of obsession in the two different fan bases, fandoms. I don't want to group all of them together, but like, it's just, there's different like levels of being a hardcore fan. It's just, there's like a lot of things in K-pop that you don't have in like emo culture that just make me more of a K-pop fan than an emo fan, and that, if that makes any sense. So yeah. Favorite song on Death of the Bachelor? Probably either Emperor's New Clothes or LA Devotee, or House of Memories. I just actually really love Death of the Bachelor, and I think a lot of people think I hate it because I kind of bashed it in my Real versus Fake video. But I was just saying, if you only know Death of the Bachelor, or if you only know Pray for the Wicked, like, how true of a fan are you? You're just a casual listener at that point. Which is totally fine. It's totally fine. But I do love Death of the Bachelor, especially for, like, easy listening. But I really like those 3 songs. I had a whole fight with somebody over Emperor's New Clothes because they hate that song. And I was like, no, it is a bop. How could you hate it? What's the first song you listened to from MCR? Na Na Na. And then after that, Teenagers. Yeah. Did you teach yourself how to play and sing? Yes, I did. Guitar and ukulele and piano are all self-taught. Taught myself how to sing, I guess. Like, I've always been able to stay on pitch, but I didn't, like, sound very good staying on pitch, if you know what I mean. Like, I just didn't... While I could, like, sing, it just wasn't anything special, so I really, like, worked on it just by singing and singing and singing and vocalizing and practicing, to get, like, kind of where I am now. And I'm still not happy with my voice. I finally got choir into my schedule, and our choir director, like, really knows what he's doing. So hopefully my voice is going to improve faster this year. I just hope by the end of the year have a better range than what I have, because I don't have a very good range in my opinion. So, yeah. Would you ever consider going on tour? I would love to go on tour, but again, like, logistics, I'm too small to go on tour. If I ever released an album, I would go on tour, but I don't know how likely that is, especially with what I want to do in my life. I want to produce music. I don't necessarily want to be the one on stage doing the music. So while I do love to sing and I am decently okay at it, and people like it, my voice and my singing, I don't know if I want to make that my career. Thoughts on Marilyn Manson? He's pretty cool. I don't really listen to any of his stuff, but yeah, he's pretty cool. What state do you live in? I'm not going to disclose what state I live in. I'm just going to say that I live on the East Coast in the Mid-Atlantic. If you know what that is, that's like Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and like the southern half of New York. Thoughts on Peppa Pig? No. What are your opinions on Pray for the Wicked and what are your emo band ships? I don't really like Pray for the Wicked that much, minus a few songs like Roaring Twenties, Hey Look Ma, I Made It. Yeah. And Silver Lining. Otherwise, I just kind of was disappointed with Pray for the Wicked. Oh, and Dying in LA. But otherwise, I was just kind of disappointed with the poppy sound. I'm just not into it. And I don't ship any emo band members. Most of them are married. I mean, like, Tyler Joseph is having a kid now. And if they're not married, they're in relationships or they're engaged, like Josh. So I think it's just really disrespectful to be shipping married people or people who are in a committed relationship. So I just don't ship anybody. How do you feel about Panic's pop era, and where do you think the band will go from here? I don't really like it. I wish Brendan would go back to the alternative sound, which I hope is what he does. But seeing as he's been so successful, like, in the general American music industry with the pop sound, I feel like he's probably gonna stay on that. I don't know. I just know I want him to return to the alternative sound. Do you like the band Paramore? If so, what's your favorite song by them? I do. I love Paramore, and my favorite song is Now. It's a very good song. What do you think of New Perspective? I love New Perspective. It's a very good song. Have you ever seen Phil Is Not on Fire? That is one of my favorite series from Dan and Phil. I've seen Every Fill Is Not on Fire like a million times, and I can quote most of them, and I can't wait for the next one. Do you watch Shane Dawson? I love Shane Dawson. Shane Dawson is one of my favorite YouTubers as well. Have you ever met Brendan during the Death Walk? I wish. Next Panic concert for me is going to be my 5th Panic concert. So my mom said that she's a huge Panic fan too. Like, she's listened to Panic since like they were a thing, basically. And so she said next time, because it's our 5th concert, we're going to get floor tickets, and she's very excited to meet or like see Brendan that close, and so am I. Least favorite Panic album and why? Pray for the Wicked because of the poppiness. Do you have any Panic or Fall Out Boy albums on CD or vinyl? Ironically enough, I have Pray for the Wicked on CD, and that's the only one. That's because I got it for free when I got my tickets for the Pray for the Wicked tour. And what's your favorite film? Corpse Bride. We went over that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below videos you want me to do in the future. I might film another video after this just because I can. And while my throat is kind of sore, I haven't done a cover in a minute. So I'm going to do one of those. And yeah, I'll see you all then. Bye, guys!